Imagine you're managing your organization's most sensitive digital systems. The big question only is, how do you know, like really know, what's happening on those systems? How do you keep tabs on privileged access, make sure you're compliant, and spot anything, suspicious, and do all that without getting completely buried under just a mountain of information? Welcome to a deep dive into the world of session monitoring. Today we're going to unpack a really useful comparison document about delineated solutions. Secret Server, Server Suite, which you might also know as Privileged Cloud Suite or PCS, and the Advanced Session Recording Agent, ASRA. Our mission here is simple. Pull out the crucial bits, help you navigate the details of real-time monitoring, comprehensive auditing, advanced data capture. Basically, we want you to walk away feeling well-informed about securing your whole digital environment. Okay, let's start digging in with Secret Server. It's pitched as being all about real-time oversight for privileged user sessions. But what does real-time oversight actually mean, on the ground for someone managing those critical systems?
Like, can I actually jump in if I see something weird? Stop a session? Or is it more just watching?
Yeah, that's a great question to kick things off. Secret Server isn't just passive watching, it's really about real-time intervention. Think of it as your control center for privileged sessions. You can view all sessions that are launched from Secret Server live as they happen. You're literally watching a feed of what the user is doing. And absolutely, yes, if something looks risky or maybe unauthorized, you can terminate that session right then and there. You can even pop up a message directly to the user, ask what's going on, maybe give a warning. And beyond that immediate control, it's also creating this uninterrupted, very granular record of privileged access. So that means you see everything from the moment they check out a secret, what they did on the system, command by command, click by click, right up until they log off. That comprehensive session recording, it's invaluable, honestly essential for audit trails and meeting compliance rules. It even does keystroke logging, captures every single key pressed during the session, and all of that is fully searchable when you play it back. Plus, the enhanced session playback lets you search really effectively, lots of filters, detailed activity views, and this activity heat map we should talk about, plus all the metadata. So it really shines for organizations that need that active monitoring, that control over privileged access to the really critical stuff, where you need both, rapid response and meticulous records for security and regulations.
Okay, that activity heat map, that sounds like it could be a massive time saver.
Yeah.
How does that actually work? How does it boil down potentially huge amounts of data into something an admin can quickly act on? Because we're talking a lot of data, right?
It is. It's a fantastic feature. It really acts as a visual shortcut. Essentially, the heat map analyzes all the user activity within that recorded session video, and it highlights the areas where most of the action happened. Mouse clicks, lots of typing, application changes, that sort of thing. So instead of having to scrub through potentially hours of video,
Right, yeah.
an admin can instantly see these hot spots of activity. Think of it like a forensic accelerator. It just guides your eye straight to what likely matters most. And what's really interesting now is that Delinea is using AI to analyze these recordings and generate the heat maps. It combines that visual analysis with the logs, the text entry data, makes the analysis super focused.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. A visual guide through the noise. So Secret Server gives us that real-time control, that deep dive. But for sessions, started through it.
Yeah.
What about the next one? Server Suite, or PCS. How does this compare? What's its main job here? You mentioned it records kind of regardless of how the user got in. Can you give us a picture, like a real-world scenario where that wider capture is absolutely critical, maybe compared to just Secret Server's recording?
Exactly. That's the crucial difference. Server Suite's recording is part of a much broader audit and monitoring service. Its main purpose is to capture all detailed user activity on the computers it's auditing. So let's say a user bypasses Secret Server entirely. Maybe they log directly into a Linux server console using SSH.
Or just walk up to the machine.
Or walk up to the machine. Or maybe they're just a standard user on a Windows workstation doing something they shouldn't. Server Suite still captures their actions. It aims to ensure no blind spots.
Okay.
Think about reconstructing a security incident. Maybe an attacker got in through some non-standard way, bypassed your usual controls. Server Suite aims to provide that solid forensic record, a full video. What they did, apps opened, text typed, what showed up on screen. Doesn't matter how they got in. It gives you that comprehensive session recording, log in to log out, a complete view for auditing, for compliance. Plus, You can search these stored sessions really effectively, look for policy violations, maybe user errors, definitely malicious activity. It gives you an indexed list of the actions taken within the session. And for easier management, it ties right into Active Directory, centralizes your access, authentication, privileges. So yeah, it's ideal if your organization needs that really meticulous auditing across diverse platforms, Linux, Unix, Windows servers. It seriously shores up your security and audit readiness.
That no blind spots idea.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly powerful for true auditing. Okay, now let's bring in ASRA, the Advanced Session Recording Agent. The name implies it's an enhancement, but hang on, if I'm already using Secret Server and you said it has session recording, why would I need ASRA on top of that? What unique problem is it solving, especially you mentioned for RDP and console sessions?
You're right to ask. It definitely sounds like overlap at first glance, but ASRA is indeed an enhancement, and it's laser-focused. It's designed specifically to deepen the session recording for sessions started via RDP, that's Remote Desktop Protocol, or direct console logins. Think of it as enriching the data you collect just from those specific types of sessions.
Okay, enriching how?
So while Secret Server records the sessions it launches, ASRA's key differentiator is its ability to capture video, keystrokes, and crucial process metadata for RDP and console sessions, even if they weren't started through Secret Server.
Okay, that's the key. That's the key. So if an admin walks up to a physical server rack, plugs in a keyboard and monitor, and logs in directly at the console, ASRA can capture that. Secret Server alone wouldn't see it.
Right, because it wasn't initiated via a secret checkout.
Precisely. ASR also logs additional, richer metadata specifically for RDP sessions, stuff that you can then search and see right within the session playback interface, giving you even more context. Deployment-wise, it's pretty standard. You install it on the target Windows servers. It uses common things like .NET Framework, talks back to Secret Server over HTTP to upload the data. And it's flexible, too. You can configure it to record all sessions on that server, or maybe just the ones that were initiated via Secret Server, if that's what you need. So if your organization needs that super detailed monitoring, that extensive metadata, especially for RDP and console access, ASRA provides that extra layer of visibility, essential for really comprehensive security and auditing in those scenarios.
Okay, I think I'm getting the picture now. We've looked at each one, Secret Server, Server Suite, ASRA. Let's zoom out a bit. How do these pieces actually fit together in the real world? Are they always complementary, like building blocks? Or are there situations where maybe an organization would choose one over the others? Is there maybe some overlap we need to be aware of?
That is the critical question, isn't it? How does it all work together? And yeah, they are largely complementary. You can think of them as different layers in a really robust security strategy. So Secret Server, its core strength is that real-time control of privileged access that flows through it. It gives you that power to intervene right now.
The immediate response layer.
Exactly. Then you have Server Suite PCS. That offers the comprehensive recording and auditing across multiple platforms. It's about capturing every user action no matter how they got in. That's your full forensic record, your audit safety net.
The no blind spots layer.
You got it. And then ASRA slots in to enhance the recording, adding that rich metadata, especially for RDP and console sessions, and crucially, catching sessions outside of Secret Server's direct view.
The deep detail layer for specific access types.
Right. So a common setup might be using Secret Server for your day-to-day privileged access management, the real-time oversight, while Server Suite provides that overarching audit trail across, well, everything, Linux, Unix, Windows, and then ASRA fills in those specific gaps for direct RDP or maybe console logins on critical Windows servers, adding that extra granular detail where you need it most. It really is about building a layered defense. Each tool brings a unique piece to the puzzle, creating a more complete, more intelligent security picture overall.
Okay, that makes sense. Layers of visibility and control.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, our listener, you're out there grappling with managing all this information, trying to secure your systems. Why is this deep dive into these different monitoring options actually important? Why should you care about these distinctions?
Well, it really boils down to building a truly resilient digital environment. And there are a few key reasons. First, pretty obviously, is compliance. Meeting regulatory requirements, think PCI, HPI, GDPR, SOX, they increasingly demand detailed audit trails. You need proof of oversight. These tools provide exactly that tangible evidence.
Can't argue with compliance needs.
Nope. Second, security. Plain and simple, having these detailed records, it's invaluable for spotting and responding to threats, insider threats, maybe unauthorized activity from outside, or even just accidental errors that could open up a vulnerability.
Finding the needle in the haystack, basically.
Yeah! Kind of, yeah. Or at least knowing which haystack to look in. Third, troubleshooting and forensics. Things go wrong. Systems break. Data gets corrupted. Maybe there's a performance issue. When that happens, these detailed records, who did what, when, on which system, help you understand precisely what happened, speeds up resolution immensely. But maybe most importantly, it's about informed decision-making. If you understand the specific strengths and maybe limitations of each tool, you can tailor your security posture much more effectively. You match the tool to your specific risks, your environment. You avoid getting swamped by useless data because you know where to focus your attention. It's not just about collecting data. It's about turning that data into something intelligent, something actionable.
Yeah, it really sounds like having the right tool, or maybe the right combination of tools, for the specific job you need done, and understanding how they work together to give you that complete picture, not just isolated snapshots. Okay, so just to quickly recap what we've covered. We looked at Secret Server. Its strength is that real-time control, intervening in live privileged sessions. Then Server Suite PCS focused on comprehensive, multi-platform auditing, catching everything, eliminating those blind spots. And finally, ASRA, enhancing the recording with rich metadata, especially crucial for RDP and console sessions, even those outside Secret Server. So as you think about the layers of protection and insight needed for your critical systems, here's something to mull over. If every single interaction with your digital infrastructure leaves a clear, traceable fingerprint, what new questions does that capability allow you to ask? Questions not just about security, but maybe about efficiency, about process, even about trust within your organization.